My dad's girlfriend hated me and wanted me gone from our house, so I told my dad that she called me dumb and a brat. Now, they're saying I'm sabotaging their relationship and that I should move in with my grandparents. My mom passed away 5 years ago, and I think of her every day. My dad went through a terrible depression, so I had to take care of myself. During the Christmas holidays, my dad told me he had been seeing someone for a while. I noticed that he was happier. I was happy for him. I didn't want him to be lonely forever, but I did feel like my mom was being erased completely. He never wanted to talk about her. He got rid of all the pictures with her in them. He said his girlfriend would spend Christmas with us and then move in. I wasn't happy at all. I don't even know her, but I didn't say anything. I met her at Christmas. Usually, my dad and I put the star on the tree and watched The Grinch. It's our tradition, and we kept it even when we were grieving my mom. It's the only tradition we kept from when she was with us. When his girlfriend came over, he put the star on with her while I was in the bathroom. Also, we didn't watch The Grinch because she hates it. I know I sound spoiled and childish, but I was so angry. We've been doing this my whole life, and she just came in and destroyed it. She didn't even bother getting to know me the entire night. She was all over my dad and ignored me. I told my dad how upset I was about our tradition, and he said I should grow up and that things change. I didn't like her because she gave me a bad feeling. I never got close to her. She complained to my dad about it, and he got mad at me for not making her feel welcome. I felt terrible because she made my dad happy. So, I tried being more friendly with her. In front of my dad, she was nice to me, but when we were alone, she ignored me. She even told me that I was a brat and I made my dad's life harder. I told him, but he didn't believe me and yelled at me for trying to sabotage his relationship. He said I wanted him to be alone and sad and that I was selfish. I was so shocked because none of it was true. My dad treated me like I wasn't there at all after that. I felt like I did when my mom was gone, all alone. I stayed up late one night because I couldn't sleep and wanted to sneak in a midnight snack. His girlfriend was in the kitchen on FaceTime, so I decided to be nosy and listen. She was talking about my dad and how much she loved him. Then she said that he had this dumb daughter, and she wondered if it was too late for adoption. She and her friend laughed at that. She said that she hated me. Her friend said something about boarding or military school, but I left and didn't hear the rest. I was so exhausted from all the crying that I slept. I didn't tell my dad, and I don't even know if I should, since he probably won't believe me. I really miss my mom. I want to go live with my grandparents now, but I don't want my dad to think I'm leaving him. Update 1. I spoke to my grandparents and told them everything. I asked if I could stay with them, and they agreed. I then talked to my dad again and tried to tell him how I felt and what I had heard. I didn't want to film or record because I knew he would be mad at me and wouldn't listen. He didn't believe me again and thought I was jealous of sharing him with someone else. I got upset and told him I was leaving, so he could live happily ever after without the burden of having me around. He looked shocked but didn't say anything. I had already packed my bags and brought some things to my grandparents' house. My dad didn't speak to me for the rest of the day. My grandfather picked me up, and I've been there since. I haven't gone home, and I haven't heard from my dad. My grandparents told me that they would handle my dad and that I shouldn't have to be the one doing it. I'm upset that my dad hasn't called or texted me once to see if I'm okay. At the same time, I'm feeling so much better being with my grandparents. My grandmother is probably the sweetest person ever, and my grandfather is a little rough around the edges, but he's really a softie. Update 2. My dad visited me at my grandparents' place to talk to me. He brought his girlfriend with him. He said, "She and I have been talking, and we decided that you should stay here." My dad said that I could come clean out my room entirely, and he'd help. He also said that after I get my things, we should take a break from each other and reevaluate things in a few months or however long it takes. His girlfriend then said something about how she'd take care of my dad for me. I'll be going over with my grandparents in a few days to get my stuff. It doesn't look like I'll be going home anytime soon. I have a new home now, I guess. My dad wants to start over, and I wasn't part of that plan.